Airy Auxiliary. 4 mana, 3/3 ETBs, support 2. That's put 2+1, or put a+1/+1 counter on up to 2 other creatures. So you can't even put it on that. Feels bad, man. Ajani Fells the Godsire. 5 mana. Exile target creature and opponent controls with power 3 or greater. Then create a 2/1. Put a vigilance counter on each creature you control. And then target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Sure. Very cool. What else? Argent Days. 2 mana, ETBs. I think this is from Commander All Will Be One, maybe. ETBs with 2 oil counters on it. Whenever 2 or more creatures attack, put an oil counter on it, and you can spend 2 mana, tap it, remove 2 oil counters, exile another target non-land permanent. Its controller draws 2. It's a very powerful card. 4 mana to activate the turn that you play it. Or 4 mana total spent into it to activate it the turn you play it. But could be right. And it could be really good in a Narset deck or something. I don't know what Narset deck's attacking with 2 creatures, but hey, I'm sure there's one. You can also like flicker it and stuff, you know? Okay, let's see. Charitable Levy. 2 mana enchantment. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, put a collection counter on the Charitable Levy. Then, if there are 3 or more collection counters on it, sack it. If you do, you may search a library for a plains card, put it on the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. It's a very interesting card. I mean, Thalia effects are usually pretty good. You can trigger this Charitable Levy yourself, and ramping plus drawing a card when they've gone a little bit deeper seems pretty reasonable. As well, I guess I wish it were in the reverse order, where you would search your library for a plain shuffle, then draw a card, so you have 1 less land. But this is still whatever. Still cool. The Dog Umbra Flash check creature. As long as another player controls the enchanted creature, it can't attack or block. Otherwise, it has Umbra armor. It's got that dog in you. 76 seconds. Thank you, youngest of dingoes. Hope that. I wonder if this is coming out the. No, I don't think it came out the alert there. But thank you, sir. I'm currently using your Fall of Troy mouse that I copped from you. So thank you for that. Appreciate you. Thank you for letting me state your plays, and I hope that you're feeling good today and you're getting ready for your trip. And I'm sure you got your stitches out too, right? Right? Huh. This perfect timing though comes with the Dog Umbra. Good luck, good luck. May they come out easily and you don't rip your hand open again on accident. Let's see. Envoy of the Ancestors. 3 mana, 2/3. Outlast. Modified creatures have lifelink. Sure. Essence Reliquary. 3 mana artifact. Return. Tap. Return another target permanent you control and all orders you control attached to it to their owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. Interesting. Not even as just like a sorcery as a limitation. It's just during your turn. So you can use it as a protection. Not really sure I really like this card, but somebody's going to figure it out. Expel the Unworthy. 2 mana with kicker 3. Choose target creature with mana value 3 or less. If it was kicked, instead choose target creature. You can exile the chosen creature, and then its controller gains life equal to its mana value. Oh, nice. We got Swords to Plowshare for 5 mana. Hell yeah. That's just Solitude again. And then Flare of Fortitude. You may sack a non-token white creature rather than pay this. spell's mana cost, and it'd be 4 otherwise. Until end of turn, your life total can't change, and permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. This is a pretty fair card in say a Stoneforged Mystic package. Maybe a little hammer comes with it. This seems pretty good. It's also great as a counter against burn-based strategies or any of those. I kind of like it. It reminds me a lot of that Doctor Who card that came out in, well, Doctor Who XD that prevented life totals from changing. People can't lose the game, etc. But it was everybody. So, yeah, mono white deck. I definitely think it could fit into one. It seems pretty reasonable in Hammer to just slot this in over maybe a Surge or two, just because it's less restrictive. But it's definitely an interesting card, and I'm hoping that this cycle is better received than the laziness of the other ones, where it's like, oh, there's 2 good forces, everything else is trash. What's up, Sandwich Master? Doing well. Thank you for the first time chat. New introduction. Everybody say what up. Doing well. I haven't streamed in a while. It's been like 3 months. So this is cool that you get to catch me on my return to the office, as you will. Just talking through some cards, chatting, getting ready to drink some cranberry lime salsa right here because I'm getting a little thirsty. I got a little Kabuki Pikachu on my shoulder who's resting their little head. And we're trying to find homes for some of these new friends. I do like D&T is going to be a very sweet archetype with one of the cards that's coming up. Haven't seen him yet, but he is just I think like maybe 2 rows down. That's gonna be so good when we get to him. But until then, we have this Glyph Elemental, 2 mana. Oh, shit, we got to it. No, we didn't actually. It's even further beyond. It's Glyph Elemental because my fat stomach hit the space bar. That's with the PH because I'm so cool. Let's see. Glyph Elemental. 2 mana, 2/2. You can bestow it for 2. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter onto the Glyph Elemental. And enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on a Glyph Elemental. That's kind of sick. Yeah, I really like that. I really like what they've done with this. There's a bunch of these. It's a cycle of these bestow cards. Huge fan. Big fan. Then we have Guardian of the Forgotten. This is a 4 mana, 4/4 vigilance. When a modified creature you control dies, manifest the top card of your library. Sure. Guide of Souls. This guy I think is pretty good. Just generally speaking, the Martyr proc decks are probably going to want to be playing this friend. They stack well. And it turns everything into an angle. And who doesn't like angles? That's actually, I think that he fits really well with like the cat archetype that's being put here. Because whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. You also gain energy. Whenever you attack, you may pay 3 energy. When you do, you put 2 +1/+1 counters and a flying counter onto your attacking creature. It becomes an angel in addition to its other types. This plus Ajani, and you're almost ready to already have an angel. If you go like if you go turn 1 Guide of Souls, turn 2 another Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, right? There's a lot of value that can be generated here. And then you're just like putting out flyers for the rest of the game, and that seems great. The Sliths are back. We got Hexgold Slith, 2 mana, 2/1. When it ETBs, get 2 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, it gains first strike. and it deals combat damage to a player. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm going to avoid repeating that phrase at the end every time we go to the next slith just because redundancy. Indebted Spirit. 1 mana, 1/1. You can bestow for 3. It has Afterlife 1. And the enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has Afterlife. Really like this card. Super strong. Actually, love it. A lot of synergies with it and the Flare. So, very cool. Inspired Inventor. This is a 3 mana 2/2. When it ETBs choose 1, you get 3 energy. You can put a +1/+1 on target creature. Or you can create a colorless servo. So, pretty reasonable. Jolted Awake. 1 mana. It's a sorcery. Choose up to 1 target artifact or creature in your graveyard. You get 2 energy. Then you may pay an amount of energy equal to that mana value. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. This card seems insane. If there's a good enough way to start generating energy in this set, Jolted Awake has potential to just be obscene. So this is a card to keep an eye on. Now, also, if mayhaps we have a racing set coming up where cars and other vehicles traditionally use energy, this right here could become obscenely good because we're going to probably have more energy generators. So keep an eye on Jolted Awake. Mandibular Kite. Mandibular Kite. Living weapon. Cryptid creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. Sure, why not? Metastatic Evangel. This is a 2 mana 3/1. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Yeah. I'm not really sure. It seems like it could be really strong. Because the proliferation, you can do energy, right? You can proliferate counters on something that allows you to blink. I'm not sure. Seems like potential. We'll keep going. Muster the Departed. I love mustarding the Parted, which is my hairline. 3 mana enchantment. ETBs create a 1/1 Morbid. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, populate. Ooh, that's hot. That's a cool card. Very interesting. I love the art too. Very, very cool. Let's see. We got Nyxborn Unicorn. This is a 2 mana 2/2 with Bestow for 4. Mentor. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has Mentor. Nice. Ocelot Pride, 1 mana 1/1, first strike, lifelink, ascend. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, create a 1/1 creature. White cat creature token. Then, if you have the city's blessing, for each token you control that enter the battlefield this turn, create a token that's a copy of it. So you just double up. So that's very cool. Pretty easy to do. Looking forward to some decks with this. We have one to showcase that we can look at when we're done with the rest of the cards. Currently, we're only on number 39, though, so we got a little bit to go. There's like 300 unique cards. Holy shit. All right, Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor. This is a 3 mana 3/4 Fox Advisor, lifelink. Enchantment spells you cast have affinity for auras. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. Okay. I don't see how this ever reduces things by 1 or by reduces things below 1, but we'll see. We'll see. PT bench stream? Question mark? This is they. I've been streaming. I'm here. I haven't been streaming unless we're talking about the immediateness. Yo, Josh. 12, 24, 36, 48. Whoa! Holy shiz. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for the 4 decades. Um, I I wish I could have seen you this past week. But I'm glad that you're vibing. You looked like you're healthy in that video. You know. By the way, y'all should see Darkside Games' storefront if you haven't. Check my Twitter. I have a link to the video that showcases them. Our boy Josh is in it. He helps out them. He's the GOAT. I'm not the GOAT. Josh is the GOAT. Without Josh, a lot of things don't happen. Unironically. Like Young Dingo being able to play Pokemon at the regional. That wouldn't have happened without Josh. So, cheers. Appreciate you, man. 48 is a long time, huh? So, let's keep going. We're 48 is it's more months than cards we've gotten through. I don't even know how long I've been streaming because I don't have any of my. I'm on one monitor right now. I got this USB microphone. It doesn't even show me how long I've been streaming. It's probably like an hour, maybe. Not even. Anyway, Felia, Exuberant Shepherd. This is a 2-mana 2/2 legendary doggo. Falling out of respect for that setup. Thank you. It'll be better soon enough. I promise this is not how poorly my streams are set up traditionally. I moved and I don't have a place to set anything up. So here we are. We're talking about doggos. So the doggo's got flash. When it attacks, you can exile up to one other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of the end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Ophelia. So not only does this the goodest dog ever fetch things for you, and in doing the game of fetch, it gets bigger if it's one of your own things. If it's an enemy, Ophelia just rah, 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 and scares him off and gets in for 2. Seems great. I love this. Also, if it's a token, it's gone. This Ophelia card seems pretty cracked. I really like this. It protect, it attack, it get bigger, it get snack. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's see if this Proud Pack Rhino is anywhere near as poggers as Valia. 3-mana 3/3. EDB, choose one. You get a shield counter on target permanent or proliferate. That's kind of poggers. Not as cool as Valia. Rosecott Knight, 5-mana 3/4 with vigilance. When it ETBs, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, put a +1/+1 counter on Rosecott Knight. 4 or 5 at the bare minimum in a draft format. Sign me up. Solstice Zealot, 3-mana 2/3. When it ETBs, you get 2 energy. You can tap, pay 1 energy to tap target creature. Sure. Embrace the light or succumb to the shadows. Why not? Static Prison, 1-mana ETBs, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. You get 2 energy. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, sacrifice it unless you pay an energy. This card seems great. I don't see why there's not going to be an archetype for like mono white energy control. There are a lot of cards that just thrive and flourish. So that's something to consider, especially with, as I mentioned, whenever the car set comes out next January or February or whenever this set releases, we will be getting more energy support. It only makes sense. This here is seeding the next maybe two years of Magic in terms of what's going to happen here. We'll see. Time will tell. That's what I believe. Thraben Charm. Choose one. It deals damage equal to twice the number of creatures you control, destroy target enchantment, or exile any number of target players' graveyards. That's sick. That's really nice. Very cool. Voltstorm Angel, 5 mana, 4/4. All right. Flyer, of course. ETBs get 3 energy. At the beginning of combat on your turn, pay 2. If you do, choose 1. It gives Vigilance, Lifelink, or other creatures. Wow, this is a bomb. This card's kind of cracked. Limited, of course. I really like this. Next up, we have the White Orchid Phantom. This is what I was referencing earlier with Death and Taxes. 2 mana, 2/2. Flying First Strike. When it ETBs, you can destroy up to 1 target non-basic land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card. This card's insane. You can target your own flagstone. You can destroy your opponent's land. You can flicker this, destroy your opponent's land. You can flicker this, destroy your opponent's land. Like, then they have no lands, and you're like, yeah, what? How? What you gonna do? What you gonna do with this white orchid phantom coming at you? Works very well with Felia. Hard agree. Yeah. No, Felia is just so freaking strong. Ugh. And any ETB deck wants a good doggo. And you know what's a good doggo without their Casper to go along with them, right? All right, we got Wing It. Wait, hold up. Let me read this flavor text before I read this card. After a moment's confusion, the water splashed through clouds and gamboled in the wind, delighting in its newfound freedom. The otter gamboled. What's gamboled? The otter gamboled. You know, I have a master's in English education. I don't know what Gamboli is, but it sounds tasty. Gamboled. All right. It's the past tense of gamboled. Gamboled. That's the word there, gamboled. Run or jump about playfully. Now, the mayor gamboled toward her. Interesting. Wing It. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Put a flying counter on it. Scry 1. A lot of text. Very cool card. Sweet draft card. I'd play that. Wrath of the Skies. 2 white and an X. This is a sorcery. You get X energy. Then you pay any amount of energy. Destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value less than or equal to the amount of energy you spent. Mic drop. Right? Like, what the heck? This is a powerful little bitty here. Even the Weather of Dominaria shifts to assail would-be invaders. Yeah. This is cool. Very cool card. Very good card. Now, what I think really matters here is the fact that it doesn't say destroy each non-land artifact, creature, and enchantment. So this is like Meltdown on crack. This card's insane. Very, very strong sideboard card for a control deck. I would expect this card to be very expensive in a few years, especially if the support for vehicles is good. So let's see, because you don't have to spend more than 2 to still destroy everything. You get X energy, and then you may pay that energy into it. So even if you had a stockpile of energy, that would be just like all you need to spend 2 mana to do this. And that's what makes this very, very strong. Just how little you need to put into it to destroy pretty much everything except for planeswalkers. I would watch this card. Wrath of the Sky seems very strong. Aether Spike, 2 mana, choose target spell, you get 2 energy. Then you may pay any amount of energy, counter that spell unless its controller pays 1 mana for